Tucked away on the U.S.-Canada border is a tiny reserve known as the Lower Smilkameen Band. It's a pristine wilderness area mainly consisting of native ranchers and agricultural land. But all that could change. As a result of extreme heat and low water tables, members on the Lower Smilkameen Reserve are on high alert and in the worst case scenario could face evacuation notice. As Bob Stanley from the Provincial Emergency Centre explains, that fire could soon pose a threat on their reserve.
Well, initially when the fire started, it was raging quite quickly. It was moving quickly across the forest on the U.S. side, and we were quite concerned that it would reach the Canadian border in a very short period of time.
Dixon Terbasket is a band councillor for the Lower Smilkameen Band and explained that the risk was not only applicable to local band-owned homes, but also to local cattle, which ranged in higher elevations and spread out throughout remote band lands.
Well, we asked the Forest Services Office, the fire official there. They assisted us with allowing our ranchers to go access via helicopter to locate and do an assessment of it, and we spent the last probably week moving the cattle to a lower elevation out of the line of the fires.
One of the blustery communities to be hit in the interior and in the national spotlight is the small reserve located in Barrier, British Columbia. We spoke to band councillor Keith Matthew from the North Thompson Indian Band.
Yeah, actually we've had 6 of our 8 houses in our Lewis Creek Indian Reserve demolished as a result of the McClure fire, which is just in the Barrier area. When the evacuation order came through, we made sure that we got our elders out first, and then worried about the safety of our community members, and made sure that they all got out safely. And
Councillor Matthew explains it's not just the loss of homes that has shocked the community, but also looks ahead and knows it will be a difficult winter for the traditional Shuswap community. Berry picking and deer meat will be scarce.
It's going to prove to be a very hard winter for our people, because we're with the electricity, BC Hydro not having any service up into our area for about a week now. A lot of our community members have lost all of the contents of their freezers, and for the most part, we're still hunters and gatherers.
Meanwhile, back at the southern tip of the interior, band councillor Dixon Terbasket explains how even though there is a geographic difference between the communities, support in Indian country is never far away.
You know, the fire and the devastation of loss, it's devastating to your community, especially Chuchuea. You know, we have relatives, we have men have married our women from Chuchuea, and so we're linked a little closer to that community.
Councillor Terbasket has good reason to know the trauma of losing personal belongings. Just over a year ago, he lost his home in a devastating fire and lost all his personal possessions.
I know what it's like to go there and look in the morning and see the smoldering ashes, and yeah, it's awful. It's an awful feeling. My heart goes out to those people.
Weather forecasts predict the interior will be hot and dry for the next 2 weeks. Many reserves have prepared their own emergency response plans as a result of the fires. With a little stroke of luck and some prayers, they won't have to implement them.